Successful ad campaign looks like. I think that's where we should start. Okay, so a successful ad campaign is one that is widely profitable, one that increases brand awareness, one that is exciting and engaging, one that meets the goals and the targets of the advertiser, and that's pretty much what a successful campaign looks like. One is that you want the campaign to be profitable. That means you want to make more in return than what you spent running the ads, or at the very least you want to break even depending on what your goal or what your objective for that campaign is. You also want to have increased your brand awareness. You want more people knowing about your brand. You want more people or previous people. You want to solidify your brand image, in their minds. Also, you want your campaign to be exciting, because actually it is excitement that sells. When you are able to get people to be excited about your adverts or your campaign based on the copy, the creative, maybe it's a video, and you're able to really engage them in such a way that you relate to their pains, their struggles, their hopes, their aspirations, you'll find out that such campaigns are actually the ones that are the most successful. And finally, you want to meet your goals and your targets. Probably you want to sell 100 units or 1,000 units of a product, or a service. You want to generate leads. Whatever your goals and your targets are, a successful campaign is one that actually meets those goals. Okay, so let's look at what the problem is. The problem with advertising is that most advertisers are using spray and pray ad techniques. What that means is that they just, when you spray water, just on a random group of people, you are just hoping that, your customer gets wet. But that is really not what you should be using. You want to bring your advertising down to predictability. You want to be able to predict the kind of results that you are pretty much expecting to get each time you set up your campaigns. Also, there is a lack of basic understanding of each ad component. So for most advertisers, they just maybe go to Facebook or Google or YouTube and you just create an ad, and just start running the ad without understanding each of these components and looking at the whole campaign from a big picture. So they actually create a campaign that fits into each of these components and gives them the results they are looking for. There is also the fear to spend money, or the fear to spend more money that I've noticed. So most people just want to stick with a very small budget and they just want to keep running their ads, just like that. It's giving me little results. I just keep going on gradually. Most people are pretty much afraid to scale. They're pretty much afraid to spend money, and once you begin to overcome that fear, once you start spending real money advertising, then you start seeing the kind of success, the kind of results that you are looking for, the kind of results that you've been envying, other people for. Most of the people you're envying are spending 10 grand a month, $10,000 a month on advertising, and probably you are just spending less than $100 a month. So there's pretty much that fear to spend money, or that fear to increase the budget. Okay, and also commonly is the lack of testing. So you see a lot of people just running ads. They never do testing, they never do split test, they never check their creative, test their creative to see which one will perform better, or test two different variations of videos, or try two different headlines, or try two different ad copies. There's really no much testing in the industry for knob advertisers. They don't like to test, to see what brings good results. As long as better results, as long as they are getting good results, okay results, then they just stick with it. And like it's commonly said, the enemy of your greatness is your good. So if you keep resting and relying on what is good, then you're actually not going to get great results. Okay, so why do I like testing? So that I could find out what is working, find out what I can improve on, so I could get better result next time in a predictable manner. So you also want to add that to your advertising. You want to test, you want to know what works and what doesn't work. All right, so let's pretty much get into the 5 components. I'll just list them out for you. We have the offer, we have the ad objective, we have your customer, which is also your targeting, we have your ad angle, and we have the after click experience, what I call ACE, ACE, after click experience, or what you may also want to refer to as closing. So let's look at each of these components in more detail. So we'll start with the offer. So the truth of the matter is that the offer is one of the most important components of every advertising, every marketing, and the first thing you want to know is that your offer is not the same as your product. Your offer is not equal to your product. In fact, your offer is actually greater than your product. So you see a lot of people make the mistake, they just run adverts to a product, and they're trying to sell a product, but that's not what an offer is. You need to learn how to invest in building an irresistible offer, an offer that people can't just afford to turn down. When people see an ad, one of the questions that go through their mind is, why now? Why should I take this offer or this product now? So that is what your offer pretty much helps to build in. It builds in that urgency, it builds in that need. It shows that it gives the customer a good reason why they should be taking that a product from you immediately. It differentiates you from your competitors. 100 people could be selling the same thing, but this offer looks better than the other offer. So you also want to pay attention to what your offer is. So I've defined an offer as product plus additional value. So your offer is not just a product, it is your product plus an additional value that the customer will be getting when they purchase that product from you. So I'm just going to pretty much give you a couple of examples of what kind of additional value could go with a product that makes it an offer. You can combine any one or maybe more than one of these examples. So we have things like free shipping, we have support, we have discounts, we have bonuses, we have maybe more value, we have guarantees and warranties, we have a strong promise or a benefit. So you may not have thought of this as improving the reason why people should get a product or order or place an order from you, but they pretty much affect how many sales you get. So people want to know, would I get support, or is this product, if it's a physical product, is it going to be shipped to me free, or do I have to pay? Is there a discount going on? Is it limited to a number of people? Is there a special bonus that has been added to this, or is there a value? You have to think of your offer as that additional value. So is there a way you can position your product in such a way that it shows how much valuable it is to the customer? Do you have guarantees, maybe refund policies? You have warranties, and how strong is that guarantee? Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? Is it 30 days? Someone may want to buy an air conditioning unit, and he'll pick a brand that is offering 2 years warranty over the brand that's giving just 12 months. So you need to look at how strong those offers are, and also it could just be a strong promise or a benefit that stresses on the immense value that people get when they use your product. And don't also forget, your pricing is pretty much part of your offer. How much your product goes for. I'm not saying your price has to be the lowest in the market, or you pretty much have to use a very low price. I'm just stressing on the fact that people would only buy when your offer is greater than their price. So the truth is that your offer really determines if your marketing will be successful or if it will just fail flat. So ads is not really the problem. Many of the times your offer can be the problem. Okay, so like I said earlier, customers buy